Dave, Northeast Edible. Recently I did an article about gooseberries, and since that article came out, I got a lot of questions asking a bunch of details about the gooseberries. What are they? What do they look like? What do they taste like? How do you plant them? How close do you plant them? What conditions do they thrive in? So wanted to do a little video giving you guys a little bit of update on that. So gooseberries, you can see that plant right there. That's about there's actually a row of plants here. These are about 2 feet tall, 1.5 feet tall. I planted them in earlier this year, and I just mulched them. You can see some spaces where there's cardboard underneath, and I'm just going to push that mulch over top of that cardboard. So that helps a lot with the weeds, throwing the cardboard down first and then throwing the mulch over top. So what do they look like? What do they taste like? So that's the plant right there. They grow these little canes, and they grow anywhere between 4 and 5 feet tall. Once they get a little bit mature, you could expect fruit about second or third year. And the fruit, a lot of people think the fruit is just tart, doesn't taste that great. You got to use them in like a jam or a wine. But there are some varieties. The Tixia is a great variety to eat fresh. And the thing about the gooseberries is a lot of the varieties are pretty decent to eat. You just have to wait until they're absolutely ripe. A lot of times people pick them before they get ripe, and they are a little bit tart. They are, when they get fully ripe, they're nice and sweet. So the fruit, what does it describe? It kind of almost like a grape. It's got a hard outer skin like a grape. There's often a couple little seeds inside, similar to a grape, but a little bit smaller. You can eat those seeds, no problem. And it's about the size of a grape. They don't grow in clusters on the plant, but they do. You can get a ton of fruit off of one plant, maybe a couple pounds once it gets mature. And what else? Oh, how close to plant them. So you can see these guys right here. I plant them all in a row. I like to plant them 4 to 5 to 6 feet apart. That way they don't, when the plants do get bigger. So these guys have thorns on them. When the plants do get bigger, if they get tangled up, that's a problem picking. It's a problem pruning back and just getting into the plant and maintaining it for maintenance. So I like to plant them out so they don't get tangled up inside of each other. Do you need a trellis? Not really. You can have a trellis for some support, but the canes are pretty vigorous and they'll stand up on their own for the most part. So you can see here we've got this whole row here. Got a raspberry row here, and I've got another gooseberry row over there. This is an area where I planted out a ton of, you can see a tiny little pawpaw right there in the shade. I planted a ton of fruit trees here, nut trees and berries last year, and now I'm just getting around to mulching these guys down so the plants really take over and outcompete the grasses and the weeds and whatnot. So Dave, Northeast Edible. Try planting a gooseberry, enjoy the fruit, tastes a lot like a grape. A lot of people in Europe know this fruit, know it well, and it's planted all over Europe. So consider planting one today and enjoy the gooseberry fruit just like much of Europe already enjoys it. So Dave, Northeast Edible, have a great day, guys.